Baseball is, of course, notoriously a long season. But, man, is it nice to start 4-1 for your Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers beat the Rays last night 6-2. Rays jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and the Brewers just battled their way back, slowly but surely, just putting runs on the board. Brandon Woodruff on the hill. Pretty good night for Woody. I think he had 6 strikeouts in the game. I don't have his line in front of me.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts in his 5 innings.
Just 2 earned runs. And so, yeah, nice to see Woody back out there. I know there were some questions about how he might do in his debut for this season. But I think it was a very promising start. Of course, the thing that everyone's talking about had nothing to do with Brandon Woodruff or even the outpouring of offense by the Brewers late in this one. No, instead, it was the ump show. Who doesn't go to a Major League Baseball game, Gabe, to see the ump officials?
I mean, I thought everybody in attendance, that's what they pay for. They want to see, specifically, they want to see CB Bucknor. I mean, the guy's just
a legend in his own mind.
What should the CB stand for, though? Can't. I've been thinking of this. Can't blink. He sucks.
Can't bother to watch the plays he's supposed to be officiating. I don't know.
Yeah, this is. Look, everybody's going to miss some calls from time to time.
Yeah.
This was so egregious. I honestly, part of me, and I know it's not going to happen because the umpires union has the most powerful union in the entire country at this point. Like, part of me thinks he should be suspended and not do the game behind the plate today. Like, that's how bad that call was.
It was.
Oh, and as Jeff Levering pointed out on TV, he wasn't even looking at the play. He wasn't even looking. So I guess technically he didn't see Jake Bauers touch first base, so that's why he called him out, because he never saw him touch his whole damn foot on the bag.
If you're not on YouTube, you could take a look there. I have a still frame from Brewers.tv where you can see CB Bucknor clearly watching the ball.
Yeah, the ball went sailing.
Not where Jake Bauers is. And if you look, Chewy, right there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
You see that right foot?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the base.
But dead center. Couldn't hit it more.
Like, was it one of those things where, like, oh, the toe just barely tipped the front of it, or the heel kind of caught the back of the base? Because that's happened sometimes. Like, oh, okay, you could see how that could be missed in the commotion of a wild throw at first base, and, you know, the runner's trying to get out of the way of the first baseman, get out of the way of the baseball. No, that's not at all what happened here.
I think the NFL replacement ref would do a better job umpiring.
Oh, we're going to get to the
base.
NFL replacement.
Yeah, I know.
So you go from CB, and we played the audio on Monday of him getting the back-to-back challenges, but according to Ump Scorecard on Twitter, he missed 26 calls behind the plate earlier. We haven't even played a week of baseball. He missed 26 calls behind home plate, and now has the most egregious "this guy didn't touch the base" call in baseball history.
Gabe, is he leaning into it like, the villain in wrestling?
Can't imagine.
I mean, he knows he can't get fired.
Can't imagine that would be good for your credibility. Can't imagine that you're like, how bad can I be so that people are talking about me every time I walk into the diamond?
He's just naturally this bad. It's really a gift.
He's not even trying.
I don't think you can be that bad.
He wasn't even looking.
I think he comes by it honestly.
Who was the other? Oh, Angel Hernandez?
I
mean, who's worse?
CB. It's not even close to me. It's CB, and I don't know if it's particularly close.
And I think you mentioned to Gabe yesterday when we were talking to Jeff Levering that CB is going to be behind the plate today, and you said you think that he should be sort of suspended for that game based on that call.
How can you miss that call? How can you make a call when you're not even looking at it?
The good news is, yes, that's egregious. The good news is you've got the ABS system with him behind the plate, so just tap the helmet, tap the helmet. Just
Jen, can you look at Pato and see what the under-over on his missed calls will be today? They should have a line.
They do. I'm sure they don't have a line. But listen, when you're gambling on games, you certainly, in the past, were conscious of who was umpiring games, right? If you were one of these people who was, getting down to the nitty-gritty, maybe it's balls and strikes, maybe it's strikeouts and stuff like that, and you knew a guy had a notoriously tight strike zone, or you took all that into account when you were making your bets. I do think that the ABS system helps, as intended, to keep things honest. If you want to hear how it went down on 620, we've got the radio call the hilarious missed call and review by CB Bucknor. Take a listen.
So they're going to say Bowers is out. Dan Iassogna is going to see if the Brewers want to challenge it. And he's going to wait and see if the Brewers want to challenge it. They're saying that he did not touch first base. Get a look at this. Oh, he definitely touched first base.
The call of out
It's not
at
close.
first base.
He was directly in the middle of first base.
This is a waste of everybody's time. CB Bucknor, man, that's a bad one. That is the Homer Simpson meme when he backs back into the bush. Like that's CB Bucknor when he sees the replay right here. I mean, Jake Bowers is laughing hysterically at first base. I mean, CB Bucknor has wasted all of our time here. Challenges are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I thought they were trying to say he turned towards second base, which he didn't do that either. I mean, if he laid on first base, he wouldn't have touched more of it. And why is this taking so long, by the way?
It's a great question.
Like, why is this taking so long? Is the internet down in New York?
After review, he's safe. The call's overturned. Milwaukee retains their challenge.
How did that take 60 seconds?
Common sense prevailing there.
And on the TV side, I don't know if I've ever heard an announcer go as hard at an umpire as what Jeff and Rock did going after CB Bucknor. Like, Jeff noticed right away that CB's not even looking at first base when Bowers is touching the bag, so he's not even looking, and then almost immediately, can't wait for him to have the plate tomorrow.
I do like, this is almost like, I view the radio call as like almost a Zapruder film type thing where, or even the TV replay. The amount of things that were funny, the Jake Bowers laughing, and then both of the managers.
When they made eye contact?
They make eye contact from bench to bench, and they're both laughing.
Wow.
You can see there's Pat Murph's smirk, and here's Kevin Cash. Just, what are we doing out here?
When he was asked about it after the game, Murphy said, Kevin and I are friends. We hadn't had a chance to talk to each other before the game, so we just smiled back at each other.
Now, what else can you do? Again, the good news is that they do have this replay system, and I do think that this is to avoid situations where a call like that might swing a game, right? Like, again, it wasn't in that play, right? But there was another play that resulted in the Brewers' first 3 runs of the game, and that was a rundown, and it was Bryce Terang, right, between first and second, I think. I mean, I'm not saying, again, that play itself would have changed the trajectory of the game, but there are certainly going to be those moments, and I guess as a baseball fan, I have a sense of relief that there is this safety net now.
Yeah, but the safety net's not big enough for somebody like CB Bucknor. You only get 2 challenges. He only had 8 pitches challenged in his first game. The Red Sox had lost 2 challenges, and he still got 26 wrong behind home plate.
Can't they just put him at third?
I forget who.
We're going to rotate the other guys, but you're just going to third the entire year.
I believe I forget who the Reds were playing, but they burned both of their challenges early.
Yeah, it was
got
the
them
Red
wrong,
Sox.
and
Yeah.
then just couldn't do anything about it the rest of the game.
There was a guy who got rung up on even worse pitches than the ones that we played that got challenged because they burned him on closer pitches that CB happened to get right, and I can't believe that this is just allowed to continue to happen. I guess the good news is, like, with the ABS, with the replay, I mean, we've got a way to, hold him accountable in the public eye, and we all get to roll our eyes whenever we see this guy on the field. But obviously, with the power of the umpires union, this dude's never going to be held accountable behind the scenes.
But we we did the same thing in football. One of the first things we do, and we always look to see who was officiating the game because Jerry Markbright and his crew were terrible. And we always knew that they thought the crowd was there to see them. So there was going to be flags, which means, okay, now I got to tighten up my target. I can't be when it comes to blocking, because any flash outside of the frame of the body, you knew they were going to flag. And it sucks because you kind of have to change the way you approach the game. And this was before there was replay, but not like holding calls are
But still, Chewy, this is like
thank God they have it in baseball now.
This is like if you got 4 steps down
Yeah.
before you stepped out of bounds. Like you caught it, had a football move, did a little dance, and then stepped out of bounds. Nope, sorry, you didn't control it, incomplete pass. That's the equivalent to having your first. I mean, you've got his entire job is to watch first base, and he can't even be bothered to be looking at the bag.
I know we talk all the time, Chew, about how strong the umpires union is, and we've talked in the past about how bad some of these guys have been and how it doesn't seem like they could have a terrible enough performance in order to get them fired. What would you like to see happen? Like, we've talked about the report cards. We have talked about how these guys now there is a level of accountability, but it doesn't seem like they're getting demoted. We've talked about the Angel Hernandez situation, how he felt like he was being slighted for reasons that weren't true. It was just because he was not good at his job. What would you like to see happen in a situation like this?
I would like an apology for him to be fired.
CB to take an eye test before every game. I would like to see a report card where, you have to, and Gabe, you'd know more about this than me, but you've got to be 85% or 90%. If your numbers are ridiculous, then you don't have to suspend them. But like I said, have them miss a rotation and leave them at third. That's the easiest base to umpire?
Yeah, you're going to have the least amount of action down the third base side.
But 26 bad calls in one game is ridiculous. It's embarrassing what it is.
Like, if I'm a fellow umpire, I'm upset. Because a lot of these guys are really, really good. And we don't even know their names because, again, it's not like football where they're, stepping up and you see, the name flash across the bottom of the screen as they're making a penalty call in football. The only reason we know most umpires' names is because they're so bad. That's the only reason Jen listed. Everybody knows Angel Hernandez's name. We knew him because he was terrible at his job. Same thing with CB Bucknor. It's the only reason we know his name is because he's bad. And there are so many other good ones that are actually good at their job. He is dragging down single-handedly everybody else.
I saw Jeff Passan say it. The thing that I've learned and seen the most is a lot of these guys are within an inch of the plate. The way the balls are moving and the ones that are getting challenged, like, I saw one yesterday that was off the plate by 0.1. 0.1 inches. That's how close they are usually getting it, and most of them are within that inch. A lot of them have come out looking great. Like, these guys are right on it. They're doing a really good job. And then you have this case where it's just so far different.
I was talking yesterday, guys, on how amazing it is that hitters know the strike zone like the back of their hand. Well, they're only facing X amount of pitches in a game. The umpire is calling every single pitch, so if anything, they should be more dialed in than the players when it comes to the strike zone.
Yeah, I mean, look, and a lot of the batters have lost challenge. I think batters are about 50% on their challenges right now. Catchers are the ones that have the highest success rate right now, in a small sample size, less than a week into the ABS system. But this is why, I don't think we need robot umpires. These guys are really good, and the ABS has added a entertainment value to it that makes it a lot more fun. And when somebody challenges, there's a palpable buzz when it actually happens. So again,
what's acceptable? What's acceptable? Missing 5 in a game, or is that way too many?
No, about 5 sounds about right. Again, because most of these are within like
millimeters.
Josh said, We're going down. We're shrinking.
Cutting the finest hairs. And I mean, you also have to think about it. Like, the way some of these pitchers' balls move. The sliders and the curveballs and the sinkers, they're crossing the entirety of the plate. And you have to judge if in that split second it actually crossed and hit a corner. And oftentimes it does. Because that's how good the pitchers are.
Yeah, and then you've got CB, who is just, again, great that this exists because we can hold him accountable publicly because I don't know if it's happening privately.
Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and text line already, 800-990-3776. Chewy, you asked what CB stands for. I have some contenders for you. Are you ready? CB stands for consistently blind. That from Colin in the 414. CB stands for complete boner. That from Rob in Michigan. Jumping over to the YouTube stream, some reaction for the nicknames coming in. John says CB stands for completely botched. I'm guessing the call, which again is good. And Aaron says CB stands for can't bother Bucknor. 800-990-3776 if you want to get your what does CB stand for in regards to CB Bucknor, who again had a tough night on the diamond and is expected to be behind the plate, behind the dish today when Jacob Mizorowski takes the hill in the game against the Rays. 800-990-3776. We got a lot of stuff to get to this morning. Adam Schefter is going to join the show, as he does each and every Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And you may have seen there was a lot of news coming out of those NFL meetings in Phoenix, including Ed Policy talking about Matt LaFleur. You know we're going to get into that right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're getting ready to propose the Jewelry Center, it's the place to go for that diamond engagement ring. It's the spot to go. And I've said this for years. It's because of the teams that exist, whether you go to Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or Mequon, the helpful teams at the Jewelry Center are always going to make sure that dream reality becomes true and it comes to life, and you want to make sure this huge moment in your life that you have the right ring, and that team is what the team at the Jewelry Center is exactly what they're going to do for you. Hey, maybe if you have an idea, you're going to be fine. They're going to show you all the different things that they have in stock. But if you don't, maybe take a look at a Pinterest page, see what she's got over there, bring those ideas in, and you will not be disappointed. Natural Mind Diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, they've got it at the Jewelry Center. So check out the inventory in Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or Mequon, or take a look online at shoptjc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
A little bit slow. Eastbound 94 heading through the stadium interchange to about 35th Street. The westbound side's tightening up as well right through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound on 41, you're slowing down just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh. The rest of the system is looking pretty good. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy, cool and breezy, a high of 38. Tonight, chance for a wintry mix to the north, showers likely with a low of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall. Home to your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination, 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Elevate your home field advantage by designing it around the way you actually live. Mike Wood here from Callan. What if your home perfectly fit your lifestyle? For 40 years, Callan has helped homeowners like you transform your living spaces from energy-efficient windows and doors to beautiful kitchens and spa-worthy bathrooms, featuring superior quality and craftsmanship you can see and feel for years to come. We start by listening and end with a home you truly love. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan. Design, build, live.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh?
Yeah, they should have shot the puck.
So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What was a rebound? What did you just say?
Robust. You could say robust.
Rebound.
Doesn't robust sound like a nice word of saying just a click below fat?
No, buddy, you're not fat.
Well,
you're
there's
rebound.
Well, Charles Barkley.
There's another R.
Round mound of rebound.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy at Tony Wendorf and Associates Keller Williams. They believe in the human side of real estate. That's faith, family, and, of course, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win no matter if it's buying or selling. Get started today at wendorfteam.kw.com, wendorfteam.kw.com. Of the many things to come out of Phoenix, Arizona, Ed Policy did a little chit-chat yesterday, and I genuinely think that there is interest in this from the fan base. Ryan Wood tweeting yesterday, Ryan Wood, beat reporter for your Green Bay Packers. Ed Policy made clear he decided to extend Matt LaFleur before the Packers played the Bears in the postseason. All of these stories about coaching for his career, coaching for his life, there was no accuracy to that whatsoever. Certainly knew it well before that Chicago playoff game. Now, everyone remembers that Ed Policy had said that he didn't like lame duck seasons, so everyone knew that Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst, by extension, were being evaluated all season long last year to determine if they were the right fit to take this franchise to the next level, right? We all agree that it's been an underwhelming performance since the Packers won the Super Bowl. Not enough playoff wins, to be sure, under Matt LaFleur and company. So when Ed Policy says yesterday, Chew, that he knew well in advance of the Bears debacle that he was bringing Matt LaFleur back, what's your reaction to the timeline?
There's a different standard here in Green Bay. And he should know this with his dad being in San Francisco, because San Francisco kind of has the same expectations as Green Bay. This isn't the Raiders. This isn't a lot of other franchises. We expect to win championships in X amount of years. If you look at Holmgren did it in 4, Gabe?
Yeah, 4th season.
McCarthy did it in 5.
Yeah, so I guess in the 5th season, that's when Holmgren won, and for McCarthy, it was, year 4.
Year 4? Okay.
Or year 5 as well. Year 5 as well.
But you're going into 8 here, and you haven't done anything really in the last 2. You know, playoffs aren't good enough. It's what you do in the playoffs. Okay, so I understand his reluctance, maybe, well, who else is out there? And I tell you what, during the season last year, towards the end, we thought it was going to be, 4 or 5 coaches, and it wound up being 10.
Mm-hmm.
So there's guys out there that turn it around quickly. I'm fine with the extension, but he's on my hot seat. I don't care about your hot seat, what your hot seat is. He's on my hot seat. Okay, and he should be on the hot seat. That's just not acceptable what he's done here. So, why are you laughing, Gabe?
Well,
I'm not going to be nice this year. I'm not going to be nice because I'm sick of spinning wheels.
I just think it's funny. Like, I don't care if he's on your hot seat, guy who makes decisions. He's on my hot seat.
Exactly. I'll come at you, and I'm going to come at you if he doesn't do better. And I think that's how a lot of fans feel. It's just what he's done here. Okay, we've given you 8 years, and you've given us caca. Time to produce. Sick of the excuses. Start winning.
I guess I don't understand, Gabe, why you wouldn't use the season in totality for the evaluation. What had he done up until the end of the season, again, when they lost 5 in a row, including the debacle against the Bears? What had he done where you were like, yes, that's the guy. That's the evidence. That's all the evidence I need right there to indicate that he can take this franchise from where it currently is to the next step to get us into championships.
So the thing that I keep coming back to is after the Josh Jacobs run in the Broncos game early in the second half. They're up by 9 points on the road in Denver. And that's, again, when everything started to fall apart. You had the 3 injuries that we consistently talk about to Watson, who did return, Zach Tom, who did not. Obviously, same thing with Micah Parsons. And that's when, that's when the losing started. That's when the losing streak started. But up until that point, and at halftime and early second half of that game, you're going, yeah, this is one of the best teams in the NFL. And I understand I understand more where policy is coming from of he didn't want to have a lame duck season, probably because he just wanted, and he didn't want to give the extension. Okay, let's just see how everything looks from this seat. Policy's been around. It's not like he was new to the organization. He was a part of the conversations that hired these 2 guys in Gutekunst and LaFleur in the first place. He was in those meetings, didn't make the ultimate decision, but probably wanted to see, all right, let's take a look at this big picture from this seat for an entire season and make that decision. But again, he's probably closer than we realize with those guys because he's been in the organization for so long. And if he made the decision before the Bears game, my guess is he made the decision when things were looking good heading into and up until halftime of that Broncos game. That's when I'm guessing he went, okay, Matt and Goody, we look at this roster. Yeah, we had some things not go our way, but these are still the 2 guys to lead us going forward. I think that's when he probably arrived at his decision.
I just, you're always looking to upgrade positions. You're always looking to upgrade players, right? Why aren't they looking to upgrade coaches? And I get he was probably a little afraid of the 10 openings that were out there and wondering what he was going to get. Who do you think the best coach was that got hired? Do you think it was Harbaugh? So if Harbaugh said, hey, policy, I want to come to Green Bay, you think he's firing LaFleur?
But if recent success is a part of any of this, Harbaugh hasn't had as much over the last. Harbaugh, yes, he's got a championship, he's got a Super Bowl. So does Mike McCarthy. They're closer to the time frame of those 2 winning championships. Those are 2 years apart.
So your contention is that there was nobody better out there. Which again has to be part of the conversation as well, right?
Yeah.
If we're looking to replace the coach, what is available that is going to be better than what we currently have? I think that's a rational way of approaching it as well.
Yeah, I don't think there was anybody who was oh yeah, this is the way that the Patriots decided to move on from Gerard Mayo and go, oh yeah, we know who our guy is here. Right, that happened so quickly when they hired Vrabel. And if Vrabel was available now, I think you could make that case. Even though, again, he hasn't had the success of winning a Super Bowl, I think we saw how successful he can be as a head coach. I did not see that guy personally for me in this head coaching cycle. But I mean, if you wanted to talk yourself into Kubiak, if you wanted to talk yourself into, so I didn't see anybody who you went.
Stefanski was another name out there, obviously.
I mean, is that the right move though? Your stasis is better than taking a shot on somebody else and trying to move the organization forward.
I mean, because again, because you also, you're taking that shot, but it is a risk.
But you also,
again, it's a gamble that you could take a step further back.
But keeping the timeline in mind as well, guys, he's saying he made the decision before we even knew what the coaching landscape was going to look like, before we even knew who some of the other candidates were going to be.
And what happened during the regular season that made you think this guy has everything figured out? Like, the season wasn't rainbow and sunshine. There was many struggles with the offense. They lost in embarrassing fashion to the Cleveland Browns. And then for Ed Policy to cite all the things he had done prior to this season as reasons he was coming back.
Then what was the point of the whole evaluation
here
anyway?
Doing here? If you're going to cut it off before the postseason, what does it matter at all then what happened during the season?
My concern is this, okay? Do I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach? Yes, I do. I think he's a good coach. Do I think he can command a team? I don't know. There are concerning things. When you have players complaining about your role, dude, you are the head coach. You are the head coach. You pull those guys into your office and you get this squared away. Now, Holmgren he had an eyeball on it because, like I've said a million times on this show, if someone doesn't catch a ball that's in the starting, 5 receivers, Holmgren knew that, that might rub someone the wrong way, and he'd go up and the next game he'd be like, I'm going to get you the ball this week. Don't worry about it. So there's a way of handling it, but to say guys weren't happy with the roles and it might have affected the locker room, that's a real thing, man. You got to control that. To me, I have questions whether he can control the team. I do. And that's a big part of the pie. He's a fine coach.
And I think what we're talking about here, Shu, and I think it is relevant, what you're saying, is that if those players had issues and if this was something that was sort of unraveling, Ed Policy needs to know about that and take that into consideration as well. And what he is saying yesterday at the NFL meetings in Phoenix is he had made the decision before he even could have been made aware of those things. Because to your point, Gabe, things were humming. Things were good. Team was winning. We were like, oh my gosh, Super Bowl or bust. Then the injuries occurred and things really down spiraled very quickly as the season wrapped up. Did Ed Policy know that there were players who were upset with their roles? Did Ed Policy know how Matt LaFleur was handling that situation? Or did he not care? Had he already made his decision based on what he had seen earlier in the season that no information coming out of 1265 would have swung that decision, would have changed his mind about Matt LaFleur's future in Green Bay? I don't know. But this is what he's saying yesterday. He's saying that the Bears game had nothing to do with it and that he had made the decision well in advance and Matt LaFleur was never coaching for his professional life. I don't get it. We got to take a break. We've got Adam Schefter coming up here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We want to ask Adam about a tweet that he put out yesterday. Apparently, Schefter v. Stairs. We'll get into that with Adam coming up next.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We have delays along eastbound 94, just heading through the area of 76th Street all the way through to 68th. There's a broken down vehicle that is stuck in the right lane. So that's why we've got a little bit of a gauntlet to get through. We've also got delays on northbound 41 from Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound 43 has been pretty clear all morning, so we're looking pretty good through there. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy, cool and breezy, a high of 38. Tonight, chance for a wintry mix to the north, showers likely with a low of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America. Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move. And he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
Always great to have Adam Schefter join us on a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Adam, are you on a plane? Where are you going? You leaving Phoenix?
Jen, I'm on a plane. I'm leaving Phoenix. The owners' meetings are wrapped up, and we're boarding here. How about that?
I love it. We got to start with, what did I hear that maybe you had a situation with some stairs and you maybe almost lost an ACL? Can you fill us in here?
You know, funny you should ask. I was walking through the hotel yesterday, and it was quite embarrassing. I took a step up. There was Rod Wood, the Lions outgoing president, was having his farewell press conference. I don't know what happened, but I missed a step and must have rolled, I would say, 15 to 20 feet by all accounts. I called the hotel to get the security footage of it because I figured it had to be there. And Hunter from the Biltmore sent me a text back last night. I gave him the exact time of the fall. I gave him the exact location. And he said, I can confirm the fall. Unfortunately, after speaking with management, we are unable to share the footage due to Hilton's corporate policy. I apologize. I couldn't make something work.
Come on.
I hope you enjoyed your stay with us. Well, I didn't stay with them. And I didn't enjoy the fact that my fall, which is on video, he would not release. It would have led NFL Live today. It would have been great theater. And Hunter,
what a good sport,
from the Biltmore was not sharing it with me.
Oh, that's a shame. Adam, biggest takeaway from the owners' meeting?
There's a real issue with the refs. They are far apart. No talks. And to me, like the league is talking out of both sides of its mouth here because during the season, we have teams. Yeah, I'll move to that seat. Yeah, they're actually going to move seats. Is that okay? Sure, no problem. Yeah. Let me move seats here. Okay, so husband and a wife sit together here. Okay.
What a guy! What a guy, Schefter is.
He's a grinder. He just grinds.
And so the league during the season is like when the teams call up and complain about the officials, the league is always defending the officials, saying, "Oh, no, they're doing a great job. They're working on." No, there's no issues with those calls when the coaches and GMs call up all irate on Monday that they missed a call and cost them a game. Everything's officials are doing a great job. Now it's the off season. Now they want to raise. Now there's a dispute over about 4%. Now their performance needs to be better. So which one is it? Okay. Does the performance need to be better now in the offseason? We're talking about money, or is it great when teams are all worked up and pissed off during the season about some of the calls that go against them?
I mean, why are they so far apart on the money? Because it doesn't seem like either side is really willing to budge, and there's not much negotiation actually going on. And this is, again, how negotiations work. One side comes in one side, the other comes in the other, and then you try to meet in the middle somewhere. It doesn't even seem like they're anywhere close to meeting in the middle.
No, not right now. Look, that's what negotiations are, right? Like, and so they're far apart, and it's April 1st, and their CBA runs out the end of next month, like June 1. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of time left still to get this done. But the point, when you say what's the biggest thing to come out of meetings, the biggest thing to me is that these two sides are far apart, and I think today, you know, the way things are going, the league is setting up for there to be replacement refs. Now, it doesn't mean they will be. Doesn't mean they won't get it solved, but the league is hiring replacement refs. It's starting to get the refs onboarded. It's starting to take lining up refs. Like, it's taking the steps it needs to. Now, maybe that's just a negotiating tactic to scare the NFL Referees Association to get what they want. That could be, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like these two sides are far apart. and we could be looking at a repeat of 2012 in a different day and age. Like yesterday, the NFL passes a rule that says that replay assist in New York City can assist on calls if there's a work stoppage issue with the ref. So I think everybody's taking the steps they need to position themselves for a long, difficult negotiation here.
Adam, that's exactly where I was going to go here on a Wendorf Wednesday. You mentioned the rule. The NFL officiating department could correct clear and obvious errors made by on-field officials in the event of a work stoppage. Do you think that that would extend beyond any work stoppage? If they were to implement this one-year rule where the officiating department could basically step in on those calls that obviously affect the outcome of the game, and then they bring the referees back, would they keep that assistance in place?
Jen, I think that you go and you see how the rule works out. And if it helps out, I don't know why you wouldn't keep it. And maybe these stalled talks are the impetus for this rule. And maybe it leads to the rule being in place. But that's kind of where it's at right now, that with the work stoppage potentially coming, they're preparing for it. And that's where they're at right now.
Adam, the 18th game, the articles I read, the owners seem pretty confident that they're going to get it, but then you read some of the players' reaction and they don't want it. Where do you think this is going?
Where do you think that's going, Chewy?
Well, will it go all the way to the new CBA in 30, Adam? Or I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the players ask for, because that's a big ask by the owners. I'm a little concerned with everything I've heard about J.C. Tretter and the confidence of the owners of getting it done, whether he's going to be a pawn for them. And I don't know. I don't know where. I'm skeptical that Tretter says, yeah, let's do the 18 game, and doesn't get the value that they should get for doing that. That's my concern, Adam.
Please review the safety called in the pit pocket.
I think there's going to be a big price attached to the 18th game. And I think whatever it is, eventually, I guess I've seen this too many times, the league gets what it wants. The league wants 18 games, the league will get it. Where they come in on the price and everything, we'll see. That's going to be up to negotiation as well. But, the league is a monster. The league doesn't usually lose too many negotiations, whether it's with the NFLRA, whether it's with the NFLPA. The league is a beast, and it usually gets, let me rephrase that. The league is a bully, and the league usually gets what it wants, usually.
Adam Schefter joining us on the Yingling guest hotline. Andy's brought to us by Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers. If you want to earn more and build a real career in the trades, this is where it starts. Better pay, incredible benefits, real training, real representation. This isn't just a job, it's a future. Learn more at smart18.work. Also, the league deciding that Friday games don't count as short weeks anymore, so that means a Black Friday game. This year, Christmas is on a Friday, so that doesn't run up against the rules of how many you play with teams on short weeks. How come that's not something that's collectively bargained and the league can just unilaterally do that and then still also pretend to care about player safety?
Might be collectively bargained the next time in the round of negotiations, right? So obviously it's something that got through. There was not attention given to Friday games. It's one of those things that kind of came up. Probably wasn't addressed in the prior CBA of 2020 because we weren't talking about Friday games and Christmas games and Wednesday night games and Tuesday games and games every single day of the week. So to make as much money as possible, I promise you that'll come up the next round of negotiations.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be used for leverage, for sure.
Could that be a grievance? Could that be a grievance filed by the NFLPA right now, Adam?
I don't know that, Chewy. I mean, were you ever a player rep? You would know that better than me.
No. No. I like to go to Hawaii the right way. I didn't need to be a player rep to get a free trip. I prefer the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good way of going about it. You can do it that way.
Yeah.
Adam, we are going to let you go. We hope that you get to your destination safely. Thanks for being such a trooper this morning and joining us from the airplane as you guys are getting set to leave Phoenix.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me and putting up with me like this, and I apologize to all my fellow passengers here. I'm just glad I didn't trip and fall on one of them on the way in.
Just get that video, Adam, whatever it takes.
I cannot believe that guy wouldn't give it to me. Give me a break, security. Like, the video would have led NFL Live today, and the guy's withholding the video.
Right, free advertising for your hotel.
Yeah,
exactly. Crazy.
Thank you, Adam. Have a good one. I do want to ask you guys. Adam gave up his seat so that those married people could sit together. You doing that?
Oh yeah.
Am I going from an aisle or a window seat to a middle seat?
Well, it looked like he was in first class, but okay. How about this? You'd have to move from that seat to sit next to a mother with her infant baby.
Yeah, you know that doesn't bother me at all.
No, I know it doesn't bother you.
I just don't want to be in a middle seat. Give me if it's an aisle or a window and we're trading, fine.
As long as the trade's even and I'm not moving back into way further back, I don't care.
I don't
like
even
one person's in first class, one person is in economy, but they want to sit together in first class. Will you switch your seat with me?
I paid for this.
Sorry, Charlie.
What if they're newlyweds, though? What if they're newlyweds?
I paid for my seat.
Yeah, you guys should have thought about that when booking your tickets.
Unless you have 45 years to be married and be next to each other, all right? You can handle being apart for the 2-hour
3
flight.
hours, yeah.
Right, and it probably changes, too, if it's like a child and a mother and I have to move back a few rows. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But your husband and wife, you guys are adults.
Figure it out.
Should have planned better.
Of course, Adam Schefter brought to us in part by the Island Resort and Casino. It's a premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com and book your total experience today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When you work smart, a cool thing can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and already lost 30 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continue to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Do you like your pickles warm or cold?
Want my pickle a little warm.
Warm's good.
It's better than cold.
Cold
You
can
got
be
shrinkage.
good, too.
Yeah, well, no,
Cold
shrinkage
can
gets
be good.
involved. It's not great.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Legacy? Yingling, 197 years, family-owned, that's elite. The legends evolve. Meet Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and it actually tastes like beer. Crisp, clean, goes the distance, no regret in a can here. Your beer should keep up with you. Flight's putting up MVP numbers in the light beer game. The other guys, they're on the bench. So Wisconsin, let's level up. It's Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
We asked you as we were wrapping up our conversation with Adam Schefter just a few moments ago, and if you missed any of that, you can always find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Folks weighing in on whether or not Adam Schefter should have given up his seat for the married couple to sit next to each other. Chris in Milwaukee says, should have booked them together. But Levi says, I would also do that for the couple to sit with each other on the plane if I was asked to move to another seat, and I've been flying for more than 20 years. Meanwhile, Sam in the 262 on the Carbless Talk and Text line said, what the hell is that guy doing? You apologize to your wife and say, I'm going to sit next to Adam Schefter on this plane. And I think that's a play that a lot of sports fans might make, Gabe.
Which is why Schefter probably just gladly went, yeah, whatever, I'll move. So he doesn't have to sit next to the husband who's going to be peppering him with a million questions about the NFL.
If you're Adam Schefter, you have to go noise-canceling headphones, and if you hear or think someone's talking to you, just pretend. And I know that'll come off rude, but, I mean, depending on how, you're just going to get constant questions for the entire flight.
Bombarded. What do you think? Who should I draft in my fantasy league? Speaking of flying.
Which is funny because that's what Schefter did when he was talking with our guy Steven Watson. When he ran into Steven down in Florida, he started kind of bombarding him with some Bucks questions, looking for tips on who to pick up for his fantasy basketball team.
Oh, how the tables have turned. And speaking of flying, yesterday, Matt Schneidman of The Athletic put a tweet out saying that Ed Policy said it is still possible for the Green Bay Packers to play the Lions in Munich or the Saints in Paris in the 2026 season would be considered a Packers away game. Now, I'm going to ask you guys which of those two options you prefer. But first and foremost, we're doing division games overseas? I guess I thought that the league tried to protect division games, that you knew that was always going to be must-see, fill the seats sort of action. And now all of a sudden we're shipping it over to Europe? That to me feels questionable.
Shipped one to Australia. There's an NFC West game to kick off the season in Australia this year. So, no, nothing is sacred in the NFL anymore, Jen. They're
so arrogant.
Yeah.
I mean, their arrogance is getting nauseating to me. It really is. With the streaming stuff, I'm like, come on. How much money do you need? I mean, really.
They need more.
Huh?
They need more, Chew.
I mean, this streaming thing is just out of control. It's annoying. I can't stand it. But even the way I reading the articles on the 18th game, they make it sound like it's a done deal, which scares me about Treader, you know? And then they say, oh, we'll give you another bye week. A bye week doesn't do crap. You know what the bye week refreshes? The only part of your body it refreshes, really, it clears your head a little bit. Because you can get away from it all. It does nothing to the body. I mean, the way they sell this crap.
But you heard Adam say what the league wants, the league gets. You know, and we were talking about the Friday games now not being considered a short week. They're probably just doing that so that the players have to go to the negotiating table and say, oh, by the way, and while we're talking, can you also make Friday games a short week? Yeah, we can, but it's going to cost you, right? Like, that's how this stuff works.
But, I mean,
it's never a fair fight.
No, but the 4% off with the regular referees, I mean, their salaries aren't NFL salaries. It's not like it's obnoxious.
And I
think right now they're asking
the average is
for
$385. I think it's like $385 is the average.
So they're asking for $6. So don't you just say, okay, here's $8. You know, what's 8% of $385? Not a ton of money in the NFL's eyes.
Yes,
right. So just get it done. But they're just. They constantly talk out of both sides of their mouth. Oh, Fridays is no longer a short week. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to make onside kick very safe for you. Onside kick isn't a dangerous play to begin with. You know? They're really nauseating. Not a big fan.
So are you a fan of these international games? Obviously, Packers have already played a few international games, but again, the fact that it's still on the table for 2026, Packers versus Lions in Munich or Packers v. Saints in Paris. Pick one, Chew.
Saints. Because I don't want to see division games. So who loses? Whoever the home team is going to lose. And Detroit has become a rivalry. You know, because Detroit's finally gotten good. I don't want to, I want to see Ford Field or Lambeau Field packed with their fans. I don't want to see division games played overseas. I just don't. I think it's a disadvantage is what it is.
I mean, look, if Ed policy is saying it could still happen, I'm willing to bet it's going to happen. Especially in the Germany one makes the most sense because that's one of the Packers markets. They've got Germany, they've got Ireland, they've got the UK as their marketing places. I would be venturing a guess that Packers Lions probably happening in Munich.
But
if you're picking up the breadcrumbs,
you don't want to lose Lambeau.
But they're not losing Lambeau.
The away game.
It's only an away game. Yes.
Well, Detroit, I'm sure, doesn't want to lose Ford Field.
They don't have an option. They're planning to do 16 of these international games. You're like running out of options to keep them all not division games.
Yeah, if you're going to do 16 a year,
yeah,
that's just that's the way it's going to ultimately have to fall.
Because you have to figure in also like teams coming off of buys and working around that. Like it's not as simple as we're just going to pick one. Like they get that little extra extended time.
Just put it in ChatGPT.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew that was going to be his scheduling solution.
And ChatGPT is going to have the Packers and Bears playing 7 weeks in a row.
Mr. My robots will flip your burgers.
Yes.
Goes to the robots to make the NFL schedule. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on. Ready for this?
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Still have an accident northbound on 41 on the off-ramp to North Avenue, so be careful with that. Delays coming in from just past Swan Boulevard all the way up past Burleigh. Eastbound 94, you got backups from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound slowing down just west of 27th all the way to Hawley Road. Northbound on 4394, we got backups now from Howard Avenue up past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy, cool and breezy, a high of 38. Tonight, chance for a wintry mix to the north, showers likely with a low of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
I appreciate that folks come and go during our show, sometimes joining late. Josh in Lake Geneva weighing in saying, I'm pretty sure CB stands for crash and burn, referencing our conversation about CB Bucknor to start the show and the egregious error he made while manning first base in the game. Josh is pointing to the stream because, well, Chewy's not back.
Yeah, and I just watched him walk into the bathroom, so we're going to get the opportunity to see him now turn, walk out of the bathroom, and walk back to his seat.
If you're missing any of this, of course, you can always stream the show on the ESPN Wisconsin,
subscribe there, please.
ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
We've been doing this thing for 6 years. He's been doing a morning show for 7. Like, how does he just this lost
comes
on how any of this works?
Honestly.
Just you would think someone would sink
back
in,
on,
buy
the headphones back
accidents.
on.
I didn't know it was the top of the hour. I thought we were going one more.
What do you mean you didn't know it was the top of the hour? You don't have clocks in Florida?
Well, the clock, it's 2 minutes for the top of the hour. It's 4.
Yeah, okay, so you do know the breaks and how long they are. He has picked up on something over the years.
Oh, it's 9:02. Yeah, I guess. I'm not used to being on the clock. That's the problem. We're kind of on the clock.
This goes back to the conversation we were having about Matt LaFleur yesterday and the players and not knowing when sessions started and when sessions ended.
Yeah.
He just took it a little too far.
But he's got to, I mean, again, I guess we have to start declaring, okay, Chewy, the first hour is now over. The second hour is about to begin.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time, okay?
This isn't Rome. It's a 2-hour radio show.
As Jen was bringing the show into the second hour, I watched you turn and walk into your bathroom.
That's on you.
What?
How?
I don't know. I had to blame someone.
No, he's just lashing out.
Grasping at straws.
Yeah.
On Packers.com, you can read the 5 things learned from Ed Policy at the 2026 NFL annual meeting that posted yesterday. We did discuss one of the things earlier in the show. It was the idea that he has confidence in Matt LaFleur going forward, although the timetable, as we discussed, a little suspect. He also did say that despite rumors and conversations, I believe that he started, the Packers are not selling the naming rights to Lambeau Field. Now, again, I think it was about finding new revenue streams and trying to figure out how to keep up with the Joneses, and that maybe that would be an opportunity for them to bring some more money in. But according to Policy yesterday, there are no plans to sell the stadium's naming rights. So I guess everybody who was clutching their pearls about that one can breathe a big sigh of relief, Gabe.
Yeah, he just called it a healthy paranoia about where the Packers stand because they can't, in the example that keeps getting used, the Dolphins sold 1% of their franchise at over a $12 billion evaluation. So 1% of $12 billion, they just got that cash influx to do whatever they want with, where, the ownership group still has control of the franchise, but now they just have more cash on hand to do whatever they want. And he just, again, they're sitting at around $600 million in that war chest, in that rainy day fund, whatever you want to call it. And he just wants to make sure that the Packers are always in a healthy situation, which is why he thinks about things of how much would the naming rights cost? Do we want to do that? If we do, is it worth it? Where our fan base would be upset, but it brings in enough money to do whatever they're looking to do. So I think he's just aware of a lot of things and maybe didn't need to share that one out loud that, hey, this is something I've thought of until it actually comes time to do that, if that time ever comes. But I guess I appreciate the openness in which he speaks and just kind of is honest with his thought process of, again, as we learn more about him still in his first year as the president of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but these owners that are going out and selling a piece to venture capitalists, they're not necessarily taking that money and spending it on the NFL organization they belong with. I mean, like I said, they may be buying Manchester United or a piece of the Boston Red Sox or whatever. It's not automatically, we get this money, we have to dump it back into the franchise. They're not doing that. Packers don't have to worry about that. And I think that's why there's no big rush. They kind of want to feel out the landscape a little bit and then make a decision down the road once they kind of figure this out, whether they are cash-strapped and have to do something like this. I just don't think they know right now. I think he's just taking it for a test spin. Don't you guys think so?
Oh, and
the test spin, would you say the test spin is like, and the test spin is to the fans?
Yes.
You think majority of fans are like, no, we don't want to do this?
Correct. I would say that a big chunk of the fan base does not want naming rights attached to Lambeau Field.
Everything they've done since basically we heard about the rent issue, we heard about the tickets and taking season tickets away, and then we heard the goalpost move on that even further. This is all testing out how people are going to feel so they can figure out ways to best, what they believe, keep the Packers profitable. None of this this is all trial balloons. This is he uses his bully pulpit to float ideas, and we might not see what it is right now, but they certainly are trying to angle for things that aren't going to benefit fans.
I can't see a world, though, guys, where at the end of the day, fans' disapproval of naming rights overwhelms or supersedes the money they could make from the naming rights. Joshy, to your point, every decision it feels like is, how can we make more money? How can we get more in the kitty? How can we, whatever they use that money for. So at some point, they're going to be like, listen, this is where we are. We're doing it. Deal with it. Get on board. And, oh, by the way, it's not going to change the fan experience or your experience at Lambeau Field presented by blah, blah at all. Like, again, get ready for it, fans. If you're one of these people out here who is, like, digging your heels in about the naming rights thing, it's going to happen.
I'm not so sure about that. Because, again, I think they have $600 million in that war chest. Nobody has yet been able to tell me something that they cannot do that they want to do.
But what makes you think that at this point, at this time, all of a sudden, fan sentiment is going to overrule and supersede the ability to make money? And again, I would go back to Joshy's point about they raise concession prices, they raise ticket prices, they raise parking prices, they do all these things. Fans aren't on board with that either.
Yeah, but this is like a little win that you can give the fans. You know, the way that the NFL gives the players a win by giving them, Fridays are short weeks now. Oh, you want the second bye? It's the same thing. It's the same. It's like you give the perception of giving them a win. Because, again, I don't think that the Packers are going to, again, they've got $600 million in the kitty. I don't think that naming rights are going to substantially change what the Green Bay Packers have in the war chest.
I think the point that you just made, though, was the perception of a win. Right? Mm-hmm. That statement right there assumes that fans are idiots. It assumes that fans are dumb.
Correct.
Hey, we're going to give you the perception of a win. We're not going to lower concession prices. We're not going to lower ticket prices. We're not going to lower parking prices that would actually impact your bottom line, your dollar, what's in your pocket. We'll give you the perception of a win by not putting a corporation or a name on your precious stadium.
Well,
you should be insulted by that.
And it's not 2001, and I don't know if, Bob Harlan, when he was trying to get the stadium built, there was the threat of, well, we may lose Green Bay. The NFL will never, ever let Green Bay lose this franchise. There's no threat of like, well, we're going to move them to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Green Bay it's a face of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The Cincinnati Bengals are not a face of the NFL. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't. The Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, the San Francisco 49ers, that's the predominant face of the NFL. There's no way they would let this team ever leave Green Bay. They would do whatever it takes.
And Chewy, 2001, I think there was probably a realistic chance of it happening if Bob didn't get the stadium upgrade through. Because in 2001, the NFL wasn't the behemoth that it is now, right?
No, it's not.
Josh mentioned, making sure the Packers are profitable. It is impossible to not have an NFL team be profitable with the amount of money that is coming in week in and week out from TV deals and other revenue sources. Now, making them the most profitable is obviously something that Ed Policy, I think, is trying to do. But they just have so much money now. It's they're too big to fail at this point.
My take is basically, how else are they going to screw fans? How else are they going to charge fans? If the stadium rates aren't going to be a thing, is it going to be even larger increases on seats? Is it going to be licensing? Is it going to take it away? Like, how are they going to change things? Because I don't think if they don't plan on putting it on there that they go, oh, we actually aren't going to do that. It's for something else. That's sort of their whole MO. You head fake. Well, look over here. This is an issue. Actually, now you owe an extra $1,000 per seat to have season tickets.
Oh, they're going to. I mean, I think they're going to push the ticket prices until they can't push anymore. I think that's pretty obvious based on the way they've handled that. That they're going to price a lot of fans out of Lambeau Field.
Right, but again, if you're negotiating this deal, and again, that's a hypothetical negotiation, of course, wouldn't you rather have ticket prices stay where they are and slap a name on the facade of Lambeau Field? You don't have to call it presented by whatever. It's still Lambeau Field in essence. It surprises me because I got folks weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line. Dave says selling the naming rights would go over about as well as Gold did at Marquette. The anger would overwhelm them. I don't think it would. I think you hope it would. You hope that you could stomp your feet and make sure that, your precious stadium remains Lambeau Field. I don't think they care. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to the sentiment and the relationship that people have with Lambeau Field. I'm really not. I'm just sort of saying, this is how the world works right now. And if an organization finds a way to make money, print money, the fans' sentiment isn't going to stand in their way.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it's not really a negotiation because if they put a name on the stadium, they're also going to continue to up the ticket prices. It's not a one or the other situation, right? If they do it, they're going to do both. They're not going to, Quick Trip Field, at Lambeau or whatever they end up calling it. If that happens, that's not going to. Oh, now we can give the fans a break on ticket prices. That ain't happening either. So again, I think it's just that perceived win of okay, we don't need to do this right now. But it's something that should we need the money at some point, it's an easy lever to pull. But they don't need the money right now, and they know that it wouldn't go over great with the fan base. So it's an easy thing to go, yeah, we're not actually going to do that. And keep the fan base happy with that.
So Ed Policy yesterday, go ahead, Shu.
I'm just looking at the evaluations because I just looked up. They're worth now $6.65 billion. Trying to find out what they were in 2021. My guess is it's grown.
Oh, yeah.
Quite large.
Yeah, it just continues to grow exponentially because the NFL is the one thing that everybody wants money for. And they're going to their TV partners and looking to charge potentially double of what they're already getting. They're already starting those conversations with TV rights coming up soon. They're trying to double what they already make because they're the biggest game in town. You see it every year. Oh, the highest rated TV shows. The top 48 out of 50 are NFL games or whatever it is. So they know that they're the biggest game in town and they can kind of bully their way to whatever they want.
800-990-3776. Ed Policy yesterday sort of poo-pooing, sort of saying that they do have no plans to give away naming rights or sell naming rights for Lambeau Field. Your reaction to what sort of seems like a backtrack by the president after he threw the idea out there that the Packers may need to explore other streams of revenue as they try to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with some of the other franchises in the NFL. We got to take a break. Lots of reaction rolling in on the YouTube stream this morning. Remember, you can always stream the show on YouTube on ESPN Milwaukee, and you can always react in the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Justin saying they already did price a lot of fans out. I can't afford to take my family of four. It is quite literally $1,000 Sunday.
Hey guys, remember the way you felt when you were 25? Your early morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before that first cup of coffee. Now fast forward to today. Do you feel like you're losing that edge? It might not be your age. It could be low testosterone, and that's where my friends at Mentality have come in. I have been going to Mentality for years, and they have helped me tremendously, making me feel like I haven't lost that edge. They start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to help get to the bottom of what's really going on. Then they'll build a personalized treatment plan using testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. In fact, 94% of men report renewed energy and focus within 60 days. And just so you know, this isn't some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. Mentality is about real medicine. And while they can't actually make you 25 again, Mentality can get you back to feeling the way and feeling like the guy you used to be. Schedule your appointment today with Mentality. LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we still have that accident on the off-ramp to North Avenue from northbound 41. The delays basically are because of the construction. So you got delays from just past Swan Boulevard all the way up to about Burleigh. Eastbound 94, you've got backups from Hawley Road all the way to 35th. Westbound from 30th all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Other than that, we're actually looking pretty good as far as any kind of delays are concerned. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly cloudy, cool and breezy, a high of 38. Tonight, chance for a wintry mix to the north, showers likely with a low of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall. Home to your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination, 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
Hey, Mike, are you burning those burgers again?
Hey, it's flavor.
Every friend group has that one house where everyone ends up.
The snacks are out and the beers are cold.
And somehow, everyone's in the kitchen. At Professional Construction Inc., we design kitchens built for hosting.
Smart storage, beautiful finishes, space that actually works.
Because summer shouldn't feel cramped.
It should feel like this.
This summer, be the house that everyone gathers at.
Get started today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
All right, Wisconsin, it's tournament time, and Wanna Parlay is where players go to win. From Madison to Milwaukee and everywhere in between, if you're building brackets and backing your picks, now you've got even more ways to cash in. And with brand new alternative lines on Wanna Parlay, you've got more control, more strategy, bigger upside, and don't forget, the world's richest parlay is waiting. Download Wanna Parlay in the App Store today and use code JGC for a 100% deposit match. This tournament, don't just watch it, play it today with the world's richest parlay, Wanna Parlay.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Big hurt.
I heard that's like, eh.
Ron and the Key Wagon saying you guys should slow down before you take on a sponsor.
Here I am.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Have you been to the Potawatomi Sportsbook yet? If you haven't, you know that they also can help you get to Fiserv Forum to catch all the action there for the Milwaukee Bucks. If you make a purchase or a bet, they'll give you a wristband. That wristband is good for a spot on the shuttle. Seating is limited. It's a first-come, first-served basis, but the shuttle pickups and drop-offs are at the Annex, which is right next to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. They begin departing Potawatomi 1 hour and 15 minutes before the game and return beginning in the third quarter, running nonstop until 1 hour after the game. So if you find yourself taking in a little Bucks action as the regular season wraps up, make sure you go to Potawatomi Sportsbook first. Make a purchase, make a bet, get a wristband, get a ride. We've been talking about Ed Policy, who spoke to the media for the first time yesterday since announcing his extension of Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst. And I found this interesting, guys, as we continue talking about why he decided to re-up, essentially, and give Matt LaFleur a multi-year contract. Ryan Wood gave a detailed explanation. So I want to just give you, because we don't have the audio from Ed Policy, his reasons, his rationale for why he decided that Matt LaFleur should continue being the coach of the Green Bay Packers. He says this: any coach is a teacher. Matt is a teacher. He's natural at it. His parents were both teachers. Just watching him develop players as individuals and, more importantly, develop those individuals into teams the last 7 years, I've been very impressed with him. In particular, the quarterback position. Watching him, you guys were all here when he was getting the best out of Aaron Rodgers. Then he did a tremendous job of developing Jordan. And then you look at what he did with Malik over the past few years. That, coupled with the locker room, supports him from Jordan to the rest of the locker room. I think you guys have had a chance to talk to many of those guys. They support him openly, and they support him behind closed doors. I think he's the winningest in his time in the league as a head coach. I think he's the winningest NFC coach, and I think the third winningest coach in the NFL in those 7 years. Frankly, the fact that I was being asked about firing him is even an option at this point. I was a little shocked by that. There are a few things there, Chew, that are troublesome to me. One, always using the record of Matt LaFleur to defend Matt LaFleur's success. I think a lot of people believe that Aaron Rodgers, who we know is a future Hall of Famer, who we know is one of the best throwers of the football in the history of the NFL, had a lot to do with Matt LaFleur's early success. Even when guys would have come into the league as first-time head coaches, the luxury of having Aaron Rodgers captaining your offense, Gabe, has to be considered. And I'm not taking it away from Matt LaFleur. I'm simply saying it is a caveat when you use the record. The other thing that he mentioned is the locker room. The guys love him. They have vouched for him and all that stuff. Sure, but somebody in that locker room, at least a few people, also took him from an A- to a B- in the report cards that were leaked by the NFLPA. So I guess I'm wondering if a little bit of these things that he's using to defend Matt LaFleur are fool's gold.
I don't think the Rodgers thing is, because Rodgers wasn't playing well. Like, you had to right the Aaron Rodgers ship, just like Mike McCarthy had to right the Brett Favre ship when he first came in. And he got Brett to, Tom Brady, in his best statistical season, wasn't a unanimous MVP because Brett played that well in his last year in Green Bay. And Mike McCarthy, I think, deserves a lot of the credit for that. The Packers fired Mike McCarthy and missed the playoffs in back-to-back years when LaFleur came in. And then they go 13-3. And then Aaron wins half of his MVPs. Aaron's great, but he did win half of his MVPs with Matt LaFleur as the head coach. So yeah, having Aaron certainly is a good thing, and if you want to take that away from the record, but he got Aaron back to playing at an MVP level, which he had not done in 6 years before Matt LaFleur had gotten to Green Bay. So I look at that, and to me, the regular season record, now if you want to detract, I think certainly the postseason record, if you want to throw that out there, if you're going to prop up the regular season record, the postseason record certainly should be thrown out there. And I guess when it comes to the locker room support, as long as the core guys, the core members of your team are the ones supporting him, I think everything else is going to fall in line. And it seems like Micah Parsons does, seems like Jordan Love does. So a couple of disgruntled guys that could have blown that grade from an A- to a B-. I'm not as concerned about that because, again, it seems like the guys who are going to be the best players on the team, the de facto leaders of the team, are the ones that have Matt's back.
Yeah, but if you're going to say that about Rodgers, you also have to say that Rodgers used him as a punching bag, didn't respect him at all times, thought his motions were worthless. Rodgers thought he was the brains behind the operation. He clearly did not control his players then. With the guys like Bakhtiari's, the guys they had to ship out when they were making the transition to Jordan. So my question isn't really, there are some questions, but not so much his play calling ability. It's being able to manage a locker room, and that's part of being a head coach. There's a lot of good teams that had a lot of talent that couldn't take it all the way because the locker room was a mess, So I don't question his ability to coach, to teach, to call plays. He might be a little too conservative at times for me, but my question is all the other intangibles that go along with winning a championship, and I don't know if he has them. And that should be a part of the decision, not just wins and losses. This is Green Bay. I could care two craps about winning a division. Okay? That's not our bar. Our bar is championships. And I'm saying you don't have to win a championship every 5 years, 7 years. But it's getting a little long in the tooth here. Okay? And I feel like we're spinning wheels. Now, would I fire him? Would I have not? I don't know. But I'd like to know how long he's got. How long's his leash? How long is... if we go another 7 seed and lose in the first round, are we still gushing over the guy? It's crap or get off the pot. Come on. Yeah. I'm not happy. I'm with a lot of fans. I'll give him a chance, but I'm going to be critical of him probably more so than I have been in the past.
Yeah, and look, I think that's fair, Chew. I think that's fair, but if they're a 7 seed and lose, maybe the seat's hot the following season. As long as they make the playoffs, I don't see a world after this, after everything we've heard from Ed Policy over the last couple of days about Matt LaFleur.
What if Ben Johnson, Gabe, what if a Ben Johnson pops up and he says, hey, I want to be the next coach of the Green Bay Packers? Because I tell you what, Ben Johnson's a better coach than him right now. He's a better coach from what he did in Detroit.
Yeah.
Coaching that offense and what he's done with the Bears. Say whatever you want about the Bears, but they beat the Packers 2 out of 3 times. I'm sorry.
Sure. If you want to crown, it's funny that you would crown somebody outside of if somebody in the Packers organization, you wouldn't crown them like that. But Fine, we can crown Ben Johnson
sounds
after
like you're
a year.
crowning Matt LaFleur.
I'm
like
just
snow. You love snow. You love those wheels just going.
I'm not gonna like say Ben Johnson's a better coach right now outright than Matt LaFleur after 1 year. I'm not
What
there.
about all the years in Detroit?
As an
You gotta
offensive
give him
coordinator
credit for that.
So they went to an NFC Championship game.
Is he better than the guy in Minnesota?
Based on results, absolutely.
You think Matt LaFleur is the best coach in the NFC North?
It's either him or Dan Campbell. I mean, everybody. You want to talk about gushing about Kevin O'Connell? The dude has missed the playoffs how many times?
Yeah.
You know, like I mean.
But they screwed up with Darnold. If they re-signed
Screwed up with Darnold,
and the
screwed up
GM
with
is
J.J.
gone.
McCarthy.
Yeah, but again, like part of that falls on him. Part of that's his evaluation of J.J. McCarthy. And I know they're trying to like cover that up now. But he seemed pretty excited when they drafted him. He seemed to be one of the ones pushing out that they were excited about him until he got hurt, and then Darnold got the opportunity. Like again, I think if you take a look around the North, and I mean nobody's had the ultimate success. None of these teams have been to a Super Bowl in God knows how long since the Packers went. Right? So, I look, do I think Matt LaFleur's the best coach in the league? No, but I don't think that there's anybody head and shoulders to think you've got some coaches in the North that are all pretty close and tight together. I think you see that by the way the games are traditionally tight when all these teams are playing.
But I guess most importantly, and I think this goes for any profession, but since we're talking NFL, let's talk about Matt LaFleur. You have to be aware of what your deficiencies are. And I think that when people look at Matt LaFleur, there are obvious deficiencies. And the question is, did he do everything he can to mitigate those deficiencies, to supplement those deficiencies? That's part of the reason why people were going, hey, can you outsource for some of these other roles perhaps? Can you go out and if you're so locked in on the play calling that you miss on some of the other things, the game management, can we outsource so that the game management doesn't fall through the cracks anymore? And when he brings back the same guys, there's questions about, okay, well, when they were there previously, they weren't handling those things. So are you redelegating? Did Matt LaFleur do everything he can between the end of last season and the beginning of the upcoming season, so theoretically there's still time, to make sure his deficiencies were addressed?
I mean, that I can't answer until we actually see it in practice.
Right. I'm just saying this needs to be his philosophy. If he talks about how he's trying to make improvements with the locker room and make sure that guys are aware of their roles and all of these other things that he perceives to be a difference between where they want to be and where they are, did he also do that with himself? Can he be honest about the deficiencies that he has had as head coach of the Green Bay Packers? Because to Policy's point, all of those things he mentioned are great. They're wonderful, but they're not the full picture, like Chewy said, of what it takes to be a successful elite head coach in the league. And I just want to make sure that Matt LaFleur is doing that type of internal evaluation, just like he is with every other piece of the Green Bay Packers organization. 800-990-3776. Let us know what you think. We are talking about Ed Policy going on the record yesterday saying he was shocked that people wanted Matt LaFleur fired. You could also argue, hey, Policy, you started this. The call is coming from inside the house, man. Right? When he said, I don't do lame duck contracts and everything is being evaluated.
I got to imagine, Chu, how good was Holmgren at self-evaluating? Like, looking at the staff, and obviously you guys had a ton of turnover because guys were leaving just about every year, especially once you started experiencing that success. And it helped that he was able to promote somebody like Andy, through the ranks before he eventually left to become a head coach. How good was Holmgren at the self-evaluation stuff?
He was very good. And there were coaches there that, I mean, I don't want to call them babysitters, but they weren't going anywhere. You knew they weren't going to go anywhere. You knew they weren't going to be a coordinator, but he surrounded himself with a core of like really, really good coaches, and then if he lost one, he would fill the position.
Could they challenge?
Like Mooch. I knew Andy was going to be quarterback's coach as soon as Mooch left. And I knew it before Andy. I'm like, you're not going to be my coach anymore. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're going to the room down the hall. You're too good of a coach to be coaching the tight ends.
Because I think one of the concerns that I think that people have had is, do they have too many yes men? I mean, Mannion was, the young offensive mind. Now he's an OC in Philly. But how much could those guys challenge Mike?
You had to be careful. There was a time and a place because I would challenge Mike. I wouldn't challenge it to his face, but I would challenge it through Andy, and Andy would just say to me, now's not the time. Now, because tempers are a little high, let's get a day or two past it. Because you know me, I'm never wrong, and I wanted that told to me.
Once.
But he would, Andy and Mooch, the same thing, be like, calm down, Brett, calm down. We'll address that in time.
Because again, it's a delicate thing. I think you're right with the coach, Chew, because just in having this conversation, I think of the stubbornness that you have told us about that Holmgren had in Super Bowl 32 and refusing to take the scat tag off.
That was an arrogance, though.
Yeah, but again,
because you had Tom
because
Lovat.
He had grown, but he had grown. He was a Super Bowl winning coach. He was, all these things were coming his way, and that kind of now obviously LaFleur hasn't had those things come his way.
No,
but there's still a certain arrogance you probably need to be an NFL head coach, and that is the one question that we're never going to have answered probably unless some assistant coach comes out and talks about it openly on the record. Like, how much can you challenge Matt LaFleur when it comes to some of the game planning stuff and all the issues that some people have?
Well, you can't be a micromanager as a coach. Okay? That's why you have to trust your assistants, and I've said it on the show before. I think he might be a little bit of a micromanager because you can't. The game's too fast. Not on the field stuff, but the coaching stuff is too fast. You got 40 seconds, so you have to trust a handful of assistants to tell you what's going on. Because they see their little parts, and you got to feed the machine. And I remember it. Tom Lovat and stuff, just take the scat tag off, which is a very simple thing to do. And, I mean, there were a number of things that went wrong in that game, but that's one thing I remember because coaches typically don't fight on the sidelines. And that.
Whoops.
Because Tom Lovat, one of the best O-line coaches, probably coached O-line for 30-something years, a top 5 coach for me. He knows his stuff, and he didn't listen. So why do you have to get me all sad before I leave?
Wait. Hold on, though. We got to take a break.
Yes.
But when we come back, I want you to tell the loyal listeners about your visitor.
But what time is it in Sicily?
No. Don't give away too much, all right? We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Remember, you can always weigh in on the show with our Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. I believe Joshy just put a poll up. Joshy, what was it?
Are you shocked that Ed Policy was shocked that fans wanted Matt LaFleur fired?
Are you shocked that he was shocked?
Because I am.
Yeah.
You can't, like, again, you can defend, rehiring Matt LaFleur, giving him extension, whatever, all you want. Mm-hmm. You say you were shocked that people wanted him fired,
right. But you also say that you have your thumb on the pulse of the fan base.
That kind of flies directly in contradiction with.
Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by Infinity Exteriors lifetime workmanship warranty. It's infinityexteriors.com. We'll be right back after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We have backup northbound on 41 between Mayfair Road and Burleigh, right through the construction zone. So that's reason why we got those delays. We've got eastbound 94 backing up from about Hawley Road all the way to 35th, westbound from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. A few broken down vehicles here and there, but they're not really in traffic. A couple right near Barker Road, another one on the bypass heading westbound right about at Loomis. This is off on the left shoulder, so it is kind of in a weird spot. Just want to be extra careful. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Mostly cloudy skies today. Cool, breezy with a high of 38. Tonight, a chance for a wintry mix to the north. Showers likely, a low of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Some things just feel like summer. Grilling out, sparklers after dark, and classic flavors that bring back core memories. That's the inspiration behind the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack, made to celebrate America's 250th birthday. With 4 brand new flavors, including strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, it's packed with nostalgic flavor and backyard tradition in every can. Celebrate summer and let flavor ring with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up the brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Make your next meal Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. Right now, get a crispy chicken sandwich, regular or pepper jacked, for just $3.99. Feeding the crew? Grab an 8-piece bone-in fried chicken for only $9.99. And don't forget to dip it in Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken sauce. Short on time? Order ahead with the Quick Rewards app and make it fast. Stop in today for your No Ordinary Chicken. Crunch outside, tender inside. Only at Quick Trip.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's 2 things she counts in the house. One of the pictures. What do you think the other one is?
Firearms.
Viagra.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows or doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest financing all the way until 2030. That's right, 0% interest until 2030. In Wisconsin, you know your home takes a beating year-round, and the right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, upgrade your home's look, and I can attest to that. Got a new door last year from Pella of Wisconsin, has made my house look a lot better from the outside. Inside, I'm not feeling those drafts when I walk past that front door, and obviously that has boosted my energy efficiency. Pella's experts are going to help you find the perfect fit for your home and budget, and with 0% interest until 2030, upgrade now, pay over time without paying a dime in interest. So don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Our guy Chew has got to shake off a little early today. He's got to make a airport pickup. Just to give you the information that you requested, Chew, it is currently 3:42 in Italy, or in Sicily, if you will, to be more specific. So use that however you see fit. Chewy, what are you doing at the airport?
All right, I'm picking up the Blammer. The Blammer is coming in.
You're smuggling him in?
Angie doesn't know. Thank God the internet connection, because they're in the middle of Sicily, isn't very good. So, and her mother's listens every single day, so I don't think they're listening. But I had to kind of angry friend of show
one of your neighbors
was
down
going to
there,
fly him in because I was kind of undecided. And my core group came back to Wisconsin last year, stayed at the lake house, and met Blammer, and they love Blammer.
Yep, he's in there.
Now,
the man's an entertainer.
Joshy and Gabe can attest, you either love the Blammer or you don't love the Blammer.
Yep.
Yes, I know
I'll
which
let you
side
draw
of the
the
aisle
conclusion.
your wife is on.
Yes. So Tim was going to fly him in. He didn't care. He's like, he's coming in. But I wouldn't be able to control the situation. So I think I got it under control.
famous last words.
I turned the recording devices off of the cameras.
No.
But I think I got to keep them hidden till 4, which is 10 in Sicily.
You got to keep.
Angie should be in bed. Now, she's going to find out because we're going over Angry's for dinner tonight, and Angry's wife is Angie's BF. So I just don't want to deal with it tonight. If I can make it to Blammer Thursday, I'll be okay.
How are you going to keep him? Like, what are you going to do? Keep him entertained? Like, you're skipping your workout, your Wednesday workout, so you can go pick up the Blammer and try to keep him hidden from your cameras?
Can't they just bop around St. Pete for a while?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stretch lunch, show him the sights.
Yeah, the famous sights of St. Petersburg, yes.
Yes.
Here's the trop.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, bro loves a bikini. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that
He's
should
a big fan.
That should be easy.
So that'll keep him occupied for a while.
Just gonna sit him down on a park bench at the beach.
Well, and here's the issue. Okay, so Angie, the Blammer leaves at 5:30 on Sunday.
Okay.
Angie lands at like 4 in Miami on Saturday. Now, they have a hotel there because they're thinking they're tired.
Sure, coming back from an international flight.
Because my son went as well. But now she's like, I think we're just going to drive home after we land. I'm like, that's a real bad idea. So eventually, I'm going to say, he's here. And she's going to be like, oh, you just made my decision for me.
Oh, and then they'll stay at the hotel?
Yeah.
Kevin weighing in on the YouTube stream, it says, what the hell is a Blammer?
Should you send him?
Fair question.
Joshy has the picture. He won't release it.
He's never posting that on our YouTube stream.
The Blammer is one of Chewy's neighbors up here in Wisconsin. They get together every Thursday for Blammer Thursdays, and he's a character. He's a cartoon character, right? Chewy, he keeps you entertained. You guys trade corn for who knows what these days.
Well,
He's 78. He's an old man. He doesn't walk real well.
That's what I said. My brain just pictured him sort of toddling through the airport with a duffel bag in his hand, hoping that he ends up at the right gate.
Do you think it's a duffel bag? I just assume it's a plastic bag from Metro
That's
Market.
a good point. He could have He's got a couple neon shirts in there, right?
And this guy thinks an Uber is an appetizer at Chili's. He has no idea. So good luck. So he needs me.
I just love that you're bringing him down. You're smuggling him in for the week.
When she finds out what's this going to cost you, what's getting taken away, because you know you're going to get punished for it.
Yeah. Well, her birthday's this month, so.
No, you're just going to have to go over the top.
I already called Dino, so I'm being proactive about it.
Hey, that's just smart. That's just being smart, pal.
Yeah. So
Thinking
wish
ahead.
me luck.
Oh, you guys are going to have a great time. I love that this little friendship has blossomed into something so significant that you are flying him down to Florida while your wife is out of town so that you guys can do it up, get together, tie one on, and you're willing to take whatever punishment comes with it. That's a testament of a good friendship, that's for sure. We're going to let Chewy go so we can get to the airport and pick the Blammer up. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Be right back after this.
Craving big, bold pizza flavor? Then head to Piggly Wiggly because this week only Screamin' Sicilian Original Anthony Crispies are just $4.99. We're talking about that buttery Stonefire crust on the original, then the ultra crispy, thin and crispy option for serious crunch lovers. And of course, with both of these, you're getting loads of topping, whole milk mozzarella, and that over-the-top flavor Screamin' Sicilian is famous for. It's the perfect time to stock up because, say it with me, more toppings, more flavor, more is amore. But hurry, this deal is only at Piggly Wiggly, and it's going on now through April 7th. Screamin' Sicilian Original and Thin and Crispy pizzas, just $4.99 at the Pig this week. Grab them while they last.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs. on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime. I love spring. I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers. These are amazing. Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this four-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of? Sarah, the surface of that lucky four-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds. Wow. I'm buying this one. How much? $185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious. Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well. Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But she doesn't know. Every now and then, I got the Blammer coming up, and I'll let you use my tractor for 2 of the blue things, which I think's a pretty good deal, which gets me in trouble.
You got a Viagra ring?
On 94.5 ESPN.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today because they got brands like CHI and LiftMaster, and they can custom design to whatever you need. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Brewers back in action today. We talked a little bit this morning about how well Brandon Woodruff did in his debut this season. Jacob Misiorowski will take the hill as they continue their series with the Rays. And I got to tell you, last week we looked at the Jacob Misiorowski over-under for strikeouts at Potawatomi at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I like today's numbers. Over 7.5. Plus 170 at Potawatomi. That's the only time that you're going to get plus odds there for the over on the strikeouts. If you decide to go 8.5, it's plus 325. You like either of those?
I would play. Again, you get 8 strikeouts at any start. That's still a lot. Yes, he had 11 the first time. It's not like he's going to be averaging double-digit strikeouts in every start. That's just not what's ultimately going to happen. But, Yeah, 7.5 sounds good. Again, if Woody was able to get the 6 strikeouts yesterday, 7.5 sounds good. I'll take the over on that.
7.5 plus 170, over 8.5 plus 325. Brewers 4-1 to start the season. And again, we don't want to overinflate 5 games, but the way that the Brewers are playing, I think, is something that is indicative of something that they can sustain. Again, even if they get bit by the injury bug more than they already have, and they have been significant. We talked about Andrew Vaughn. We talked about Jackson Chourio. It feels like there's so much depth on this squad. They can sustain further injury if necessary. We're knocking on wood. We're not hoping for something like that. But that, I feel like, in addition to the way that the guys who have been on the diamond have played, Gabe, I got a lot of optimism surrounding this Brewers team this year.
Well, in the first time through the rotation, because that was the big question, right? Like, okay, a lot of young guys in there. How are they going to, respond? Because this is, even for the Miz, who was an all-star last year, this is his first opening day roster that he's made. So the first 4 guys through the rotation, are making starts as part of a big league rotation at the beginning of the season for the first time. And outside of Brandon Sproat, who really struggled, everybody else threw the ball really, really well. Love what you saw to Chad Patrick. You mentioned Woody last night. Kyle Harrison was really good in his start, and the Brewers are still high on Sproat. So the first time through the rotation, it seems like everybody passed with flying colors. You're getting good news on Quinn Priester almost on a daily basis, it seems. Robert Gasser had a great start in AAA his first time around, so you've got some depth at that starting pitching position. Yeah, this is great. Now you're hoping that they win today, win 2 out of the first 3 series before you hit the road.
For those who are curious, if you're wondering where the Brewers are on Potawatomi Sportsbook for the National League Central Division winner, they're still behind the Cubs. The Cubs are plus 100, but the Brewers are plus 225. And that, in addition, I know that everybody talked about hammering the over, which was at 85.5 as far as win total goes this season. That, to me, feels like something that I would take an absolute flyer on. Plus 225 for your Milwaukee Brewers to win the division. Now, look. We had the Brewers winning the division as part of our 3-team parlay.
Mm-hmm.
RIP to that, because the first leg of it was for the Bucks to make the play-in tournament. So I already have
seemed unnecessary.
removed those tickets,
Also unnecessary.
those sports betting tickets from the safe in my house, which is where I was keeping them for the long haul, and have disposed.
You should
of
have
them.
burned them and sent a picture to us, or sent the video.
Yeah, I just tossed them.
Could have
in the
had,
garbage.
could have had a little social
To your
coverage.
point about the feeling excessive,
Yeah.
the burning. It was already insult to injury. What?
Now we're getting trigger happy.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought he was
use your
still
words,
making
Joshy.
a commentary on.
Yeah, no, you're crying about it.
Use your words. You have an open microphone.
I'm crying about it. We thought we had something locked in with the Bucks making the play-in tournament.
It's not even close.
It wasn't even close.
Not even close. They're 10 games back. They won yesterday, but still, they're 10 games back of a play-in. 10. It's outlandish.
I just want to say congrats to you for knowing that happened. You're one of 12 people left keeping tabs.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were saying that the Bucks were eliminated from postseason contention. I was like, no, Joshy, everyone knows that.
No. That the Bucks actually won last night.
Oh, I was going to say they'd like to keep it close to the vest,
They
but no.
played a very insignificant game against the Dallas Mavericks last night. Very insignificant.
I filled in on Jim, Matt, and Molly. I saw multiple groups of Mavericks fans, and I thought, wow. What a weird way to spend the end of your March.
Come up to Milwaukee, watch a team that's also been eliminated from the playoffs.
It's not necessarily like super nice right now in Milwaukee. You're coming from Dallas? Interesting.
Gabe, I believe it was you who noted the quirk of the schedule for the Brewers, playing a bunch of American League squads to start the season. They don't get their first National League opponent until, the 5th series of the year or something like that?
Yeah, because after this, they hit the road for 2 series against American League teams, too.
All right, Brewers Rays this afternoon. Jacob Mizorowski on the hill. Will be in Couches next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Westbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. We do have a crash off